Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's tutorial. And in today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to make this beautiful two-piece sleeveless peplum top and a trouser with a pocket. It's actually a casual, like a very good two-piece. And if this is something that you'd like to, learn how to make without wasting your time, let's just get right into the tutorial. So we'll be cutting on the trouser, and for this particular outfit I use 3 yards of crepe fabric. So I'll start by rolling the starting line or the waistline, and because this is the trouser, it will have a band. I minus 2 to get my hip line and added 1.5 to the hip line to get my crotch line. Now, if you don't want it all tight, there should be like a little freedom, just add 1.5. And then I'm just going to mark my nail line. This is really not that necessary, but we'll just take our nail line measurement, and then on our waistline we're taking our waist measurement divided by 4 plus 2 inch allowance. And then on the crotch line I'm taking my round upper thigh measurement divided by 2. Then on the nail line, whatever you get on the crotch line, remove 1 inch. And then on the M line as well, to make it a big pant, whatever you get on your thighs, we've removed one from the crotch, we remove to the nail, and then remove one again to get the M line. So whatever I have on my waistline, that's what I'm transferring to my crotch line, so they will be equal. Then after that, I'm going to come up with 2 inch so I can get my crotch curve, just as you see me doing. Then after getting my crotch curve, every other measurement which I took earlier, we're just going to connect them. From the crotch line, removed 1 inch on the nail line, and then from the nail line again, I removed another 1 inch again for the M line. If your crotch is 17, nail will be 16, the M line will be 15. That is what I'm actually explaining. So we are just going to take this out. Then after doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is just to cut this out, because we're done with drafting. We're just going to take this out just as you see me doing. Now, after cutting, the next thing we're going to do is to take out 2 inches, because this is for our pocket, and then we're going to come down by 7 inches. 7 inches is completely okay, and then we're just going to make a curve just as you see me doing, and then we're going to cut this out just like so, as you see me cutting. So after that, we're basically done with the cutting of the front pant. So the next thing we're going to do is to cut the back. So now, after taking this out, we're going to fold another fabric again into two, because this, like I said, is for the back, and all we're doing is to place the front on the back. So now there are things you have to take to note. Remember, we've removed for pocket and the back does not have pockets. So you definitely join that part back. So don't forget. At this point, I am just arranging to make sure it's arranged, because this is a very light crepe fabric. So I'm just going to replace that 2 inches back which we took away from the front, and that side will be straight. Then after doing that, the next thing we're going to do is to take other measurements, which are, I'm coming up with, you can come up with 1 inch or 1.5. The aim of doing this is just to accommodate the butts. Like sometimes you have clients that their buttocks are very big, so it is very necessary to do this. Then you are just going to add another 1.5 again, but now while adding this 1.5 or 1 inch, you're just going to mark just as you see me doing, and then by the time you get to that crotch line there, you just make it straight. That part should be equal, 1 inch, and then make it equal. But now for the back crotch length, I'm going to add 3 inch to it, and then every other part I'll be adding just 2 inches to it until we get to the M line. So that is all we need for the back, and then we are just going to cut this out again because we are done with drafting it. So after doing that, the next we're going to do is our upper piece, and I'll be using a form of straight breast tube for this. So I'm taking my measurement. You see how I folded at first. I'm taking my exact measurement plus 2 inch, and then I'm just going. This is not necessary. You can make it straight. So because it's a strapless, I'm going to minus my strap to get my under bust plus 2 inch, and then I'm going to use my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 plus half inch to fold this. So I'm folding this. After getting that, I'm still doing minusing my strap, or all you have to do is to measure your chest line to your under bust, whatever you get. Mine is 8 inches, and I'm just going to mark that. After you have marked that, then you place your tape just as I did again, and you divide into two. If like mine is 8, so it will be like 4 4. But if yours is around 10, 6 will be at the upper side, and then 4 will be at the lower side. You're just going to divide it like that. If yours is 9, you will make 5 at the upper side and 4 at the lower side. So I'm just going to come in by 0.7, but by that under bust I'm taking 1 inch there. So we're just going to connect. Now you connect that 0.75, meeting that midpoint which I took there is now the nipple point. So we're just going to, this is another way to cut the straight breast tube. Like, it works very well. So we're just going to make this curve just as you see me doing, and then we're just going to cut out. You can as well, this upper part where I took 0.75, you can as well make that 1 inch also, and also the downside to 1 inch. So we're just going to cut this out just as you see me doing. So cut slowly, meeting with the nipple point, and then curve our hand again, meet it with this other point, and then take it out. Now this part I took straight, you can as well take it V also. Like, that part works also very fine, gives the curve and allows it to balance. So I'm notching the nipple point. Please notch the under bust as well and the upside, so you can see how the breast curve came out. Like I said, this is another way to easily use the free hand to cut your straight breast tube, your shoulder breast tube. So you can see what it looks like. Now after doing this, I'll just go ahead to cut on my lining, add stitch to this as well, stitch to my lining as well, and we're done with the upper side. So the next thing we're going to do again for the upper side is for the back. This is the front, so the back will just be straight. Literally, it is just your body measurement plus your zipper allowance and the allowance which you are going to work with, and then you're just going to fold into two just like so, because it will be divided into two. Now mind you, there's a strap, so you're minusing your strap to get your underbust plus 2 inch or 3 inch sewing allowance. And after you do that, you also take the measurements of your the width, like how wide you want the strap to be different from one strap to the other, and your length also. So after marking that, I'm now taking my back width measurement. So you also take that, so you know how open it will be from one strap to the other, and also your armhole measurement. But because this is a strap, you don't need to make your armhole to be very deep, so it will not be too revealing. And then we go ahead and take our measurements plus our zipper, and also plus the sewing allowance which we need to work with, and then we're going to cut this out. This, now we have both our back and also for our front, so we're just going to divide into two because we'll be having a zipper. So after that, we'll go over to our peplum, and for the peplum, this is actually a straight peplum, so we're just going to fold like a straight line just as you see me doing. But the measurements you'll be needing at this point, you just do your minus under bust, to get the length. So I'm making two, I actually made two folds for it, so that it's going to come out very thick, very full. So we're just going to cut this out, and this is all for the peplum. You just do your minus under bust to get the length that you want your top to be, and as well cut the lining for it, and this is all for the peplum. So we'll just go over to the joining. Now for the joining, I'm actually starting from the trouser pants. So for the front side, you know that there is a pocket for this, so we'll just start with that. We've not gone ahead to cut our pocket. So all we're going to do is to remove the back and then place with the front. So now this is the pocket which we did. So we're just going to bring two fabric just like so, with maybe a width of about 12 inches and a length of also like 12 to 14 inches, and then we're going to place like this again. The reason we're placing this is so that the pocket is going to have the same shape as that of the trouser pocket. So we're just going to pin that out, or we're just going to cut that out, and then the next thing we're going to do is to take to our machine and then close the crotch line. Now, after closing the crotch line, for the pocket, we're going to fold right side facing each other, just as you see me doing, and then stitch just this part that I actually demonstrated. Now, after doing that, we're just going to take off the excess just like so. Just follow me. It's actually not that difficult. Just take your time. So we're just going to cut off the excess just like so, and then bring back the trouser pants. Remember, we've closed on the crotch part. So now we're just going to place right side facing each other, just as you see me doing. If you place it wrongly, you just know that it's wrong, and then we stitch. After stitching, this is this, and then we'll flip over. We're turning on the right side so that the wrong side will be on the wrong side, and this is it. So just relax it, leaving that 2 inches which we removed, because that's the part that is going to complete our trouser, where we're going to join both the back and the front together. So if you do not add the pocket, automatically you've shortened your front pants. So we're just still going to flip this in just like so, and then we fold to the right side again. You see how I'm adjusting it, like I'm taking some parts in, and then we're just going to hold with a pin and stitch those parts just like so. After doing that, the next thing we're going to do is to place the right and the back rather and the front sides together. We're literally done with this pants. All we have to do at this point is just to add our waistband. I actually used a side zip. So for the side where the pocket is, you're just going to leave from the waist to about 6 inches, because a band is going to complete it. So from there, we're just going to stitch down, close the end part of it, because I didn't show all of that, and also close the crotch line, and we're done with the trouser. So for the front, I actually cut out a lining for this, and like I said, also went ahead to gum and estee, and I also used a very light wording for this. So I'm just going to place the center and the side together just like so, just as we do for our clothes. Like I said, it's not mandatory you have to do this like this. You can make it straight the way the back is, because this is a simple two-piece, and you can as well go ahead to fold the lining as well. This is my strap, so I'm just going to take it, because the strap does not have any connection at the shoulder, from my upper chest line to that of the depth I want the back opening to be. So we're just going to join this. This is for the back. So all we have to do is to place one strap on each of the straps on each of the backs, and then add the lining so it can be neat. I've gone ahead to join the front, and to join the lining of the front, all I have to do is bring back that back, because we need the strap. But before we do that, I'm just placing so I can give a neckline. So for the thumbnail, or for this particular tutorial, it is actually straight. At this point, you can make your neckline to be like a sweetheart neckline. Oh, if I had known, that's what I would have done. You can make your neck to be a sweetheart neckline, a C-curve neckline. This is where you're going to determine how you want your neck width to be. The neck width is very, very important. Sometimes when we forget the neck width and we add our strap, you see that it's not balancing the way our bra needs to balance. So you're just going to take the measurement on that, your chest line, how revealing you want your boobs to be. You're just going to take the measurement there, and then you do the necessary small adjustments that you need to do, and also check for your strap, and then you are just going to cut this out. Remember, we added some allowance to it, so we're just going to take about 1 inch to 1.5 out of it, because all we need is for this to join with the what are they calling it, with the peplum, and then we are also going to cut this out. But like I said, for the back, when you are cutting this out, do not make the armhole to be very deep, so that you like it will have like a form of relaxation at that point. So after that, we're just going to place the back and the front together, because like I said, the strap does not have any joining at the shoulder. And then you're just going to check properly to make sure the strap is straight, else by the time you wear it, it's going to coil around. So, and when you are placing this, now from where that breast joining is, you can leave about 2 inches. That all still depends on how your neck width is. So if your neck, wherever your neck width stops, that's where you're going to make your ample curve. So if your neck width is around 12 inches, so that is that 12 inches where you're going to pin. And then you check your hand. At this point, you're checking what you have for this particular strap. Arrange the strap so it's going to be straight. Pin it on that neck depth place, and then you check again what is the difference between this strap and the other strap, because at this point, if you come back to loose, it simply means you have to remove the lining. Maybe you can make a mistake that you remove for the back also as well, and you don't want that. So you're just going to be very keen on this part, and then you just take your measurements properly, just like so. And after doing that, when you're sure you're set, you see how I'm holding it to see that the strap is straight. After you're sure, you're just going to take your back, flip it, and then you place your lining on it, and you just go ahead to join. So after joining, this is what we have. Like I said, the aim of this is not for the balls to be pecky or anything, just to give it that shape there. So after doing that, the next thing we're going to do, you see I'm still just seriously checking my strap, because sometimes this thing can be very frustrating. So I'm just placing the back and the front together, just as you see me doing, so we can go ahead to do our closing and add our peplum. At this point we're done with the trouser pan. So I'm just taking the measurement to take off the excess that I have, and then we're just going to mark, just as you see me doing. Go ahead to stitch on this part, and then we introduce our peplum. So now this is our peplum. I've gone ahead to gather a pleat to it. So you're just going to check if you have your exact waist measurement there plus 2 inches. Check that both on the upper and also the peplum, and then you join together and add your zipper, and we are done with this particular tutorial. So this is all we have for this beautiful two-piece that you can wear anywhere. You can wear it to parties, you can wear as casual outfits where you can start visiting friends. It's actually a beautiful two-piece, and I've rocked it already. Like, I love it so much. So we're just notching to know where the centerpiece is, and that's all. You can see how beautiful it looks on me. So at this point, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification. You can see how beautiful this is. You can wear it to a birthday party, just slim, and also just look good with it. Then you can see what the back looks like. So you see the strap and how deep it is. This is how I wanted it to be. So for now, bye, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.